My brother Derek, I'm sorry. I can't do this.
Hey.
Hey.
Did you read my proposal?
Yeah, I'm reading it right now.
Do you like it?
I just think it might be too soon to do anything.
Listen, knowing the people of this town, they'll support this.
How do you mean?
Listen, the people of this town, they are, church-going people.
I see what you're saying. I mean, look, I just don't think having an armed guard in the school is going to make it that safe.
How so?
What if a student gets a hold of it?
Highly unlikely. But what is likely is one of our students bringing in a weapon to defend themselves from now on.
I'm just not sure of that.
I understand, but I know the community will want this.
All right, I'm with you. But let's be safe. Let's have a meeting with the parents. We'll let them decide. By the way, I like the idea of a metal detector.
All right, sounds good. You set up the meeting, email me with the details, and we'll get back to it later.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Good morning, students. Today we will honor the passing of our very own Derek Lovell. We will keep him and his family in our thoughts. Thank you. By now, you've probably been passed around a flyer. And as you know, the recent tragedy is still hanging on all our heads. This Thursday night, we're having a meeting to discuss the aftermath of this event. Please encourage your parents to come out. We're going to discuss the possibility of protecting the school with the assistance of various security measures. Now, everybody, I know this time is tough, but let's go out and have a learning-filled, fun day. Thank you. Good afternoon, students. I would like to remind you all to tell your parents that tonight is our meeting. Thank you.
Must be a weird experience.
What?
You not being included on this.
How do you mean?
Seems like it's the school's plan to keep you and your family out of this whole thing.
Yeah, well, maybe it's not our business.
I don't think I'd ever stop letting it be my business.
Yeah, but what do you know?
I know that if no one talks up, then there will be guns allowed in the school, whether it be arming the teachers or arming guards.
What's this got to do with me?
I don't know, I was just talking out loud.
Maybe, but maybe it's not my place.
Or maybe it is. It is your decision. I was just provoking you to think on it.
I was.
Excuse me. Since it's 7 o'clock, I think it's time for us to get started. I am Superintendent Roberts, and this is, as some of you might know, Principal Henderson. The murder of Derek Lovell by Brian Hancock is a tragedy that none of us ever want to experience again. So, it is under consideration by the board, myself, and Principal Henderson that we add extra security at our schools, starting with, but not limited to, metal detectors at our entrances, We will also have security guards who will be armed with a Smith & Wesson Model 4006 TSW 40 caliber handgun. We're here to discuss the possibilities and to gauge if you, the taxpayer, are willing to accept these extra expenses. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts. We'll now open the floor for public comment. Please come right up front and tell us how you're feeling about the issue. Thank you. Interesting. Who would pay for the gun training?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. We appreciate all the points you've brought to the table, and everybody have a safe drive home. Thank you.
Excuse me. I'd like to say something.
Jamie, I'm sorry. This is for parents only.
But he was my brother. I have a right to say something.
I know, but you're not a parent. Please sit down.
He was my brother, so let me speak.
Jamie, sit down.
He was my brother.
Mr. Lovell, sit down.
He was my brother, so let me speak. My brother Derek, he loved video games and football, baseball, and writing. He loved to write. I remember, like, when we were kids, he used to go and collect seashells. We used to collect seashells every summer.
This isn't about your brother, Jamie.
It will always be about my brother. He died by a gun.
No, he died by a person.
You are full of shit. He died by the violence connected to guns. To pay a guard to come into a school, how do we know he won't turn around and shoot someone?
They're specially trained.
This is not the way. Guns should not be in a school. Why would you fight fire with fire?
Look, I'm sorry for your loss. I really am. But you're too young to understand. When you're older, you'll get it.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit, and you know it. This is my area of expertise. What do you know? How can you know? Why would you go around telling people that the only way to end violence is with violence? My family doesn't want this. And my brother sure as hell wouldn't have wanted this. I'm sorry. Thank you.
What do we do?
I know this is going to be difficult for him. I do. But he isn't a taxpayer. The taxpayers have spoken.
He brought up some good points, though.
Well, the good don't always win.
And I think he knows that all too well.
Very true.
Yo, Derek, play that song.
Possessions never meant anything to me. I'm not crazy. If that's true, I've got a band and a guitar and a dog named Dabu pisses on my floor. That's right, I've got a floor. So what? So what? So what? I've got pockets full of Kleenex and linen rolls where everything important to me seems to fall right down my leg and onto the floor. My closest friend, linoleum. That was me on the beach side with the way under my chin, playing with the grin. That was me on the beach side combing the sin, meter in my hand, sporting a pocket full of shit.